Don't we still have like, we have the, like, the committee of the whole after this, don't we?
What now?
We have the committee of the whole still after this,
I
right?
think so.
I saw that, I was like,
I think it's the election.
but well, no, I thought, hi, Casey, like, so. Hi. The whole body has to meet still. Yeah, yeah. I was like, hi, are you riding without your shoes on? I go by five, and then I do.
Oh, look at you balance.
Not so much.
Oh.
And you show her how you ride your bike? Yes, I want to see. Ride for us. Right?
Yeah, because there's only 3 rooms. It's that one, this one, and this one, yeah.
There you
And
go.
actually,
Ready, set, go.
Yeah, you gotta go.
Look at you,
Yeah.
you're doing so good.
no, I knew how small it was. I thought this was the door to it, and they opened it up for this one. No, it's actually.
So, Casey, what do you, oh, Casey's got the dog.
Because I remember he was like this. Where that divider is.
Oh my God. Sorry, y'all, the dog's playing catch with the 1-year-old. Oh my gosh, this
Well,
is
the
fun.
reason why I'm doing this is
Because they've got.
I moved in Johnson County 6 months ago. With some people seeing this new trouble.
Hi, baby.
Well,
Look at
my
you.
first week as a precinct chair, I want to get to my county chair.
Wow, y'all playing on, is it hot?
But what I'm saying is,
Wow.
I'm trying to have other people than just me. Because the other thing is, Johnson County,
Oh, thank
no one's
you.
like, fucking seeing my And so it's just like, how much am I? Like, how many things should I bring?
That's good.
She's going to come back to me, especially if we have some.
Casey, come here. Casey.
Also at this point.
Come on the wall. For the dog brings it back, he takes it up, he puts it
So at that point, I'm just trying to figure out there's a way I can coach someone with the qualities I want them to present. Me not go there because like, because you know, like, if my name's starting to be associated with.
Oh my, I am so jealous. All right, bye, baby. Bye. No, maybe hang up. Yeah, what are you gonna
Well,
show?
I mean, that's the thing is,
What are you gonna do?
our county chair will not entertain.
You can ride here. Go watch it.
Our county chair is not going to assist with filming
Okay.
or anything like that. So like, yeah, so if I bring those resolutions in our county PC, it's going to be shot down in flames.
Wow. You're such a good rider. Look at her just.
I mean, technically, mathematically, that's correct, there's zeros, but.
And hopefully,
Casey.
No, well, I could name 3 different names, but I just thought about it. Yeah. So you
well,
got
that's one of the things that drives me to is how much they're training the average constitution. So if I can have a fire and
Well, your hair looks pretty.
just concerns, like the public of concerned citizens. And then perhaps, on occasion,
You want to hug me? I want to hug you too. Here, I'll put my hand here. I'll put my hand here. And you
also
put
while
your
I'm
hand
down
on mine.
at multitasking, I'm sitting on
Well, I already did.
Thank you, Rachel.
They are fixing to start. Here, look, you should around real quick, real quick.
Yeah, and
I love you too. Bye,
no
sweetie.
idea who, like,
Bye. Bye, baby.
I know, that, no, it's a coalition, the rest are partnerships, isn't it, other way around? Well, the partnership is more restrictive one, I think you're right.
That's what they wanted, that's what they got. Last meeting, that's what they wanted, that's what they got.
All right, I was just looking at the RPG rules, and from what I can see, that looks like it has to be.
I'm sorry, man.
Okay, but just keep for me. Let's look at it for a second.
Jerry, you need some help with price people. Oh, we got 30 minutes. There you go, we got 2 seconds.
See, the coalitions are not as.
John, which number? And I'll send you something very interesting.
Not partners.
Bless you.
They're flipped.
Hey, what's your number, John? I'm gonna send you some, what, look, you're not.
254. 7.
Because otherwise they have to adhere to a lot more rules. The difference in the partnership. Well, no, so it, you know,
Take notes, Juan, you're probably gonna watch it later.
Right.
It's the Darien Gap,
Well, county,
it's for,
they're a partnership. and the
right
rest of
after the
it-
UN starts
I thought
the
it was that they were.
migration of illegal.
Well, that's the one that,
Yeah,
do you guys see how many rules there are in partnerships?
that's what I remember, I don't know if that's.
Hey, Maggie,
I remember.
Fernando.
Nice to meet you.
don't you love this? I love these. Don't be
I was
so
reading our own bylaws.
Look, we got
That's all
some
coalition has to do.
That's how I
These
remember
are
it.
all the qualifications for a partnership. These are all the qualifications for a partnership. They were just goes on whether they understood the word partnership.
Right.
Survey.
But,
Versus what it means.
but by our
Where do you get it
definition,
most?
it should be
By
coalition
far.
and everything else is partnership. Because they don't even have to adhere to the platform. They don't have to adhere to that, bring everything around, adhere to
This side is really
Yes,
more for the people who are running the group at that time.
That's
These
what it means.
are
That'll
all
be
the
the
talking point for point. So it's mainly
file.
there
Yes, they have to adhere to the platform.
for somebody who wants to start.
Jill went to go
I
get
can
coffee
come back
and
ask
creamer.
for these.
I remember, but yeah, I
She's
don't
supposed to
remember.
be in here, what's the name?
Cause I just asked her, she's going
I'm
to
just talking about the
I
name.
am here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna text her.
I mean, they can be the type of association that they want, but this is what the name of it is. No, I think they're a coalition, everybody else is a partner. Instead of, I'm
Maybe we should all
Yeah.
try this.
you know, I used to do the wire thing. We used to go until it, now I think we're partners. Yeah, but if they're a coalition.
Okay,
everybody else is-
Go get.
I just thought mentioned that. She went to go get coffee. She's got creamer in her room, so she's gonna go get coffee. I said, sure, it's free. Sure. I want to see that when you come back. Sure.
You know, part of the whole money, you know, when I was in the room, every time I had a balance, they were anything that they, but they wanted to see.
I'll take
the table,
extra
they just wanted to hear any
What?
standards,
Right.
and everything, but wait, everything else does.
Right.
That's like whenever my daughter-in-law, like, if we go to like a brunch and she wants to do mimosas, I'm like, can you give her all my extra alcohol and give me more of the orange juice?
That's basically what she was asking for.
That's how we roll.
Yeah, we just didn't have any orange juice.
I
In a
prefer-
mimosa,
I prefer with grapefruit juice, actually, if I'm gonna drink it, but,
You talking about vodka and something?
yes. That's what,
They were talking about, she was talking about mimosas.
yeah,
And I was talking about the, last night with the, how Jill wanted less alcohol, and I was like,
yeah, that's how I.
Chris Nutbo wanted some.
I was like,
I'll take it.
I don't like orange juice at all, and so like. if I
Just the
drink it,
vodka's
it's
great,
alcohol.
yeah, or champagne. I
Yeah.
don't like champagne, no. Champagne I don't care for, but.
I'm John.
Hi, I'm Tisha Crowe.
Tisha,
Yes.
I've got a client named Tisha.
Do you?
It's unusual.
It is, it
Now,
is.
Are you a Patricia?
Nope.
That was short? Neither is she. She's
Just
just Tisha.
Tisha, just,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely.
You're the second Tisha I've ever known.
That's so funny. I've met a couple of them, but typically they are
Yeah,
so.
yeah. This one is.
Yeah. Well, I had a cousin named Tish, and that's what I was named after. but they didn't want it exact,
Just like you.
so they just edited it. So, you know.
I've never heard that before.
No, I have not been there.
Were you able to edit it, so did you put like our new April? Just put our names in instead of the old ones? What?
She's a,
I just sent it to you yesterday.
not Patrick.
Everyone tries to record my name, and I delete everybody.
The Sean sent it to me and I forwarded it, there's a single document.
Yeah.
Did you just get coffee?
Okay,
Is
so-
that coffee like?
They came from the front desk over there.
I bet that's
The
been sitting there a
breakfast
little
line.
while.
I asked you like yesterday.
I bet so too, but it's got all the accoutrements back there.
Yeah, so I can change this. How many minutes do I have?
You got lots of time. I'm pretty sure it was pretty good.
Cool. Let's do it.
Do you really?
Yeah. They'll have a
Oh, yeah.
I
I don't drink coffee,
If you want
so.
hot coffee, I think they got some around the.
Yeah, they do. Is it empty? I've seen quite a few people.
So I told them.
The breakfast place had some, it's probably better than hot water.
Yeah.
Me too, but that's.
I'm not big.
I'm not a big one. I was just thinking of something.
No, everybody, the only way I guess is they want to call it or something.
Jill's on her way.
You know, what really did the thing that was really good.
In the building.
Yeah, it does. That's what kept happening earlier, like when you were in the legislature.
Sort of like Jerry on
What
there.
about crime justice?
So actually, like, there was two.
I know, that's what I thought they were.
Will be something.
I just went ahead and moved there because it was fall.
Yeah.
I was freezing. So, when you were talk about doing this thing, it was small, predominantly just so that those people could. I didn't
Yeah, so that actually might be my problem too, right? Trying to.
for them to do it on the RPT level.
Yeah.
I think we've been doing it next year for,
Well, I know some have been doing it, some have not. Maybe so.
No, I mean,
you do.
Wait.
Yeah, because I have a lot of questions. Are you sure you can do it? Of course we can do it.
Unless you are prohibited.
Yeah, and ours don't, because I would have just.
Yeah. There's
And
some
the board
things
of
that actually
residents.
get within about.
I've been chair for 12 years, so I know.
Yeah.
We changed bylaws many times,
Yeah.
but never with that.
Yeah.
There's a big difference.
I've been doing it for a while, trying to get it. I'll keep
You gotta be careful with that. If you're just saying, but that's not, that's technically
Yeah, the echo, like we did. Yeah, 2 of them, right?
Yeah, that's
I mean,
right.
it didn't require that.
What was the one before Round Rock?
right.
Round Rock was second, weren't they?
This-
Yeah, there was a one, there was one before Round Rock. Wood? I think it was Wood.
I don't remember.
It was a smaller county.
I just remember because I know all the issues.
Oh, yeah.
All the issues.
Jill's on her way.
Well, it was very explicit as why, and the Wood one was very explicit.
In the elevator.
She's like, wait.
So, yes. I told her, sure.
Right, yeah, and so like earlier.
Yeah, right, you had to leave the
earlier this week,
premises.
No, she went upstairs, because I told her, I said, there's coffee right there. She goes, well, yeah, but I had creamer in my room.
Well, they're online, actually, probably.
I'm gonna expect that, when you go back, you're gonna see her.
Regular meeting again. Karen's on it, so I just-
Jerry, what's your SD number?
I thought, okay, I can't tell you, but. It's actually a huge amount.
Go tell the ladies I've been doing this stuff.
It does take a-
But I have to sleep some.
But that's the hard part, right? You take one walk.
I will do that, thank you.
Useful.
Give you a little, I don't know, Republican shirt.
Yeah, so we'll back in there.
Yeah, something.
It's just a kind thing to do.
I like that.
My wife trained him to
What kind of?
Well, you have pyramids, red pyramids, allow pyramids max, wheat interior.
Yeah, this is.
So they could easily pull me in a car.
No, it's useful, yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Just not
I'm
little,
gonna steal that.
business cards, I like had full push cards, just little.
In case you don't know that yet.
No, I don't have it memorized, so thank you, that helps.
And, oh, that's I know it's hard to keep up with all of us right now. Amanda, what is the number?
14.
Thank you.
Elaine Cook's next door.
Whatever I can find.
Oh, sure.
She's in that committee.
Whatever I can find at this point in time.
She's in the candidates,
Oh, she's on that committee?
yeah, she's on two committees we're meeting right now.
Partnership responsibility.
It's tough when it happens, you have to choose, like I said earlier.
Candidate engagement.
Not yours. What are you looking for?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Martial
We're
law.
good.
I'm Cook County.
There you go. No, I liked it the first time. Martial law.
I think it was coming in.
Yeah, you're in the right place, Jill.
They sound like the hell's.
Oh, that's right, but,
At least you said, do not
yeah.
bring them out of that, because nobody will necessarily go somewhere else. That's kind of. I really don't want to. I would, especially if you're putting them in the Caucus.
But yeah, those guys will.
Yes, it's not supposed to, that room at the back.
That's true, that room at the back.
Let's face the door.
It's frigid.
To each other. 30 seconds.
Yeah, they should come down.
Yeah, they come.
Get used to it. Good, how are you?
I'm cold.
It is cold in here. Yeah, I stepped outside for a minute, just to.
Just
thaw
warm
off.
up.
Yeah.
Nothing has been as cold as it was yesterday.
Really?
Yes, it was freezing in that room yesterday. We all went outside to defrost and get our coats and.
Yes.
Hey, lady.
Yeah, that is. That's not just
Yeah,
me.
you gotta go.
Yeah.
It's the crowd, it's not just me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's about for me.
I heated blanket down, find out.
Yeah, join us.
Right, where's the video?
Right there it is going. Right there it is going, and she went, ah!
Yes, we need to replay that.
Yeah, I wish I'd been thinking ahead and been able to video that.
I'm sorry, I don't know.
You can't always plan everything in that.
That was good though.
Yeah.
You gotta dance again, money.
Yeah.
Donate $5 for
Roll call. We're missing Elaine. I think that's all I'm missing now. Thank you for not ever being here.
Happy to be here, for you especially.
Okay, this is gonna be short and sweet, but what we need to do, we have not turned in bylaws to the RPT in 2 years. So I'm going to send all those bylaws home with y'all, and so y'all can go over because they are long.
Dollars for
This committee.
this, this community.
Wow.
Wow.
This committee has bylaws.
Really?
Yes.
Its own set.
You found the camera, that's what they love.
Okay. So I've got, she's getting, I didn't know that, I got bylaws.
Well, I mean, that was in our SREC bylaws, but they have their own, a set different.
I didn't hear how much.
Jill, it's because we're dealing with outside entities.
Yeah.
To have rules or bylaws to deal with that is different than within us, the SREs.
Okay. I got it. Did you get it? I got it. Okay, so now you can edit that word.
But so what's in our SREC bylaws is,
I don't, can you elaborate what you mean?
Right here. Okay, we did change the name to Barbara's not here. But last term, TFRW could not be an auxiliary, so we changed their name to partnerships. Remember that, Tim?
Oh, yes.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, everybody agree? Now, you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
So now,
Yes.
now we have partnerships and coalitions, auxiliaries are done. So,
Back in December,
yeah.
at the December meeting, Chris Coons made the motion, McDonald seconded.
And I think we finally got their paperwork.
Yes, it only took 2 years.
Right. Yeah. So that's, once we okay the bylaws, the next thing we need to do is, we have a list of the partnerships and coalitions, and I need to separate those, and I need from the committee members to take one of these partnerships and contact. I don't have all the information, I have none. So I need y'all to get on the website and find out, I need the contact information, emails, and then from there, we're gonna have to ask them for all their documentation as far as what they do, what they're gonna do for us. Okay?
What we need to require from them is included, right?
yeah.
Okay. You want me to read off the, and
Yeah.
people can say if they know somebody from the org, each of these?
Yeah, no one, but he's already volunteered to TFRW.
That's the only
That's just
opportunity.
weird.
I love it. You are a token man.
Yeah.
Well, and a lot of these, and if y'all know of an organization that wants to be a partnership or coalition,
They can
please-
apply.
huh?
They
Yeah,
can
they
apply.
can please apply, okay? And I guess our everybody else will be out, so they can apply to us and let us know. Also, what I need you to do is,
They have a name on the Texas GOP website, they have a name, I think they're called.
Yeah, so yeah, just communication, I guess maybe the one person would be.
it's not right.
It's not right. It's not right.
It's not updated.
It's not updated at all. So,
Yeah.
go ahead and read them all. This is the partnership and coalitions.
Okay, so the first, one is 150 Black Men of Texas. Anybody know anybody in that?
Tim Wesley is not there anymore.
Oh, he's not.
No,
Oh, yeah, he ran for office or something.
You might know who.
he ran for office, but I bet Tim would know.
I bet, I'll contact him.
John Hurd is going to do, coming through the back.
Okay, the One Seguin Society. That's easy, that's,
Alma.
you're right.
Okay, Maggie?
So Maggie, you wanna volunteer to pull out their bylaws, ask them for their docs? Okay, so Maggie's getting that. Texas Asian Republican Assembly. That's
Yeah.
Anthony Nguyen.
Yeah, I know Anthony well.
Yeah.
He's here in Travis County, he's one of our precinct chairs.
Thank you.
So yeah, I can ask
Would you mind just asking him to resend us?
him. Yeah, just everything
Same
they got.
docs they've got.
Why don't you have whatever we had before?
Because it's like 2 or 3 years old.
So we're doing.
We're outdated.
It's laws.
And it hasn't,
Display
we
it.
were turned into RPT because it hasn't been turned in.
Is that TARC you're talking about, the Texas Asian Republican
Uh-huh.
Coalition? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have a problem getting through, let me know, because one of the
Is that yours?
ladies in our meeting.
No, yeah, it's like, I know one guy here.
Yeah.
Ask him.
Okay, the next one's the High School Republicans of Texas.
High school
That's a
Republicans.
dicey one.
Yeah.
They graduate.
It's a red ball.
And if you don't, don't wanna be
Never
afraid.
had the right of them not graduating. They consistently change.
And I got an email from her yesterday, the high school kids want to do one. And like you
Yes,
said,
really
they'll be
cool.
gone.
Yeah.
They'll be gone soon, but so I need to teach them, take a sophomore.
Yeah.
Bring them in.
Yeah,
Right.
have a buddy.
Yes, buddy system.
So we have no
Adopt a
contact
freshman.
information from them
Maybe you
except
get-
that she'll send those guys where.
Yeah, because they're gonna adopt a girl.
All right, okay.
Yeah, okay, so you're,
I got it.
you got the contact them. Now, in the past, there was also, it was kind of cute, it was the Teenage Republicans, they were the TARs.
Oh, yeah, that's what it said.
Yeah, whichever name
You
it
don't
happened.
have a tar.
If you want to be a TAR,
Yeah.
A-okay. TRCCA. Copy.
You know,
Yeah, that is PRCCA.
Yeah, I think we can get a hold of them.
And these are all new and viable, but they still all exist?
That's what we're checking on, but the County Chairman's Association is probably viable.
Oh, maybe.
Okay,
Are they desirable?
Packers!
Yeah, it certainly is.
So I can handle that.
Pachyderms,
I got it. I've got it on my computer. You'll have it before we're done.
Karen's got it.
And I have a teeny tiny report.
Okay, good.
And Texas Federation of College Republicans.
No, we have college Republicans, then we have YRs.
Yes, we do.
Do we not?
No.
Different age, different
Would
age.
you like to hear the backstory?
No.
Then don't ask.
I did, okay, so we have two different ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have three different ones. High school, college,
YRs.
young Republicans.
Uh,
There is something between college and retirement.
What?
That's home.
Maybe not.
That's us.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We're the young Republicans.
Are we officially in order?
Oh, yes, we
We're
are.
out of order. Okay.
They're,
Yeah, she called it around again. Okay, next is the Texas Republican Assembly.
What?
Texas Republican
It
Assembly.
depends on the area,
Yeah.
how active they are, but they're pretty active in Tarrant County.
I mean, we just need one,
We don't have them.
We don't have them.
we need a contact.
Where's David Wyland?
check the website.
Yeah,
Look at the website, see if it's.
Yeah, David abandoned. So you think he would know somebody?
Yes.
Okay, so assign David Wiley that one.
Yes.
Poor David,
And
all told.
the Texas Young Republican Federation. They're definitely viable. I'm going to the convention next weekend in Adelco.
Good.
We're going to the border. A lot of us. What could go wrong?
Yeah.
And the next one is Mlk Association. Anybody know? Anybody in that?
There was a,
That was Eric Hall. His name was Eric Hall.
oh yeah, they're calling it.
Right. I don't know if it's still a thing. Anybody idea? Any idea?
I know Eric.
How about we eliminate people until they
Yes.
send us their stuff and
How
we
about
build
that?
the list?
We are gonna have to work.
I mean, we want to give them a chance. We know that they've once existed. We want to give them an opportunity.
Right.
But, and then, the last one was also the same kind of, it wasn't, I remember they weren't an auxiliary, they were the other, so, in the past, so now it's a coalition, I think, the Texas Liberty Caucus?
There's a Republican Liberty Caucus that's starting to start all over the state again, too, in El Paso.
Mike Defendahl was here earlier, he was one of the, he usually was the representative to the committee for the Liberty Caucus. I could ask him, he was here earlier. There's another, so there's Liberty Caucus in El Paso?
There's a Republican Liberty Caucus, which is a national organization that's got chapters in Houston. I know they have a fairly big one in El Paso, and I don't know about in between. But they're trying to restart their bigger statewide network.
Right. But they would, but they might have a different status, like Liberty Caucus, we
Can you
only
get in
have.
touch with her? Do you know a name?
I
that
know
can
probably
get
a
in touch
point
with?
person, yeah. Get your point person on Houston.
And if y'all think of any other organization that wants to partner up, this is so important. I know TFRW is already, they've got something started to where they, have adopted a candidate. And what they do is that candidate is they do all the postcards, the block walking and all that. And so that's what they're doing. So, but these groups need to be doing something.
Can I just expand on that, because I
Please,
talked about
yes.
this in LP committee, but I am thrilled that we are making inroads into TFRW for helping with our LPs. And I went down and spoke to Debbie's club, 185 women were there. They have a legislative parties committee, and they want to work with us, and I know there's some other clubs who do, and I'm just thrilled. I can't tell you how thrilled, because we've tried this in the past and it just didn't work. And now it's working. Thank you. And so
Get to see you, see, okay?
along the same line, I'm sorry,
Oh, she's just
being
kind.
along the same lines is the YRs. I got a text from somebody within YRs the other day, and they're wanting to help us with our legislative priorities. They're gonna be talking about that at convention, I guess, voting on priorities. parties. And I'm so thrilled, I cannot tell you how thrilled I am. And so, those are the kinds of ways we can help promote them and encourage them and bring them to the party. And, so yes, yes, and yes.
So that's what we need to be telling these, when you contact them, get all their information, I've got to turn it into RPT, and then we're gonna tell them, this is things you can do to help us, and please, keep track of it, because we want,
And
Can't know.
can we do exact, like, you know, I have people all the time that just say, how can I help? You know, how can I help? Call your legislator, call your, you know, they want to help, but they actually need a
and they
specific,
don't know what to do, you're right.
right, they need a specific broke down job that you, whatever that means.
Well, and even if they have a club meeting, instead of having a speaker, all they need to do is say, tonight we're going to be working on these legislative priorities. And so at that meeting, say, we're doing postcards for this candidate, we're doing this, we're gonna address legislative priorities.
And Kelly, you know, when people tell that to me, I mean, I give them two answers. One is I ask them if they know who their precinct chair is.
Oh, that's good.
Yes,
And
yes.
if they don't know who, they don't know if they have a precinct chair, maybe that's an unfilled position, and, you know, we can funnel them that way. And then the other question I ask them is if they attend any of our clubs or organizations. And if that answer is no, then I give them some ideas, and I say, if you become involved, then you will begin to learn more exactly what you can do to help.
And you
So,
can do
those
a
two things.
PowerPoint Zoom on legislation without traveling
Yeah.
to every single club in the United States. Of course. I mean, in Texas, I mean, that would be really good, because the young people,
Yeah.
they don't know what to do if you show up in person.
Right.
But also, okay, I'm older and wiser, but no. We also need people that can transport voters. I mean, we've registered everybody we know of, but if they don't get to the polls, we're in trouble. So we do need young people, anybody that can transport. And when I'm working the polls, I get volunteers. What can you do? I need to transport. Go get so-and-so. They come and bring us a vote. We definitely need transport.
Someone should organize that through delegates, like put a message out to all the delegates in the state, but someone's gonna have to organize it.
It's not,
Oh, one other suggestion on a group, I met at CPAC, and I think one of our new Republican City Council members out in, it's not long, maybe Michelle Gamboa, I think it's Next Gen, is one of the younger Republican groups that's coming on strong, and they have a pretty good plan for Texas as well, getting involved, so that might be someone to.
what's the name of it?
Next Gen.
You got it?
Is that Michelle Gamboa?
Yeah. And she's very active and will be a good, starter. She knows the state pretty well, so. I don't know if they want to be involved, I assume they do, because they talked about it, but.
She's a platform.
Madam Chairman?
Yes, ma'am.
I move that we reach out to each of the above listed organizations and ask them if they wish to continue as, to be, or reconfirm that they would like to remain auxiliary coalitions with our RPT.
Good. All in favor? Aye. Okay. And then I will go ahead and get the bylaws to y'all. We haven't changed them in 6 years, but they have not been sent in RPT either. What else do we need to do?
We need to get them to start adding their events to the Texas GOP website calendar.
Yes, yes.
Because when people look for something going on, when, let's say somebody moves to
Yes.
Lubbock, they look to the Texas GOP calendar, they try to find and see if there's anything going on in their area, or if there's a club to join.
Yes.
And having an empty calendar is not good.
No, it's not, no.
So we need to get these organizations next to let us know what they're doing so that people can attend.
Anything else we need to address?
Is there an application or anything that they need to fill out? Yes, okay, cool.
It was up here.
So,
So just make sure we're not
Good
following
point.
up that
Yeah,
stuff that they need.
Is it on the website or?
we would need to
No,
send it
it's
to
not.
them,
Okay.
It's not.
email it to them.
I can send it to y'all, and then once you contact them, we'll
Cool.
send it out that way.
Cool.
We had to change it, and then had to change it to you too. Yes, Dr. Miller.
Sorry, these are all the groups I'm hearing about, or know about. Republican Latino Conservatives, do we have them?
Who?
I think Republican Latino Conservatives.
Latino, oh, what about?
It's, Orlando Finch, Shed's group.
Yeah,
That's a huge, huge group. They're just getting more funding to go into more of the counties in the Houston area, so, I mean, they're
we
going.
can see if they're interested.
Yeah.
We should give them the opportunity.
So did you read all the ones that were on?
All the ones that we had passed last year and had in the past confirmed.
Okay, so you read the whole list?
Yes, that was
And
it.
so all of the ones that are on there that we're contacting will still reapply with the new application?
Assuming they want to.
If they want to, they fill out the new application so that we can confirm that they still,
Did you find it?
still meet our criteria for partnership or coalition.
Meet the criteria.
Okay, meet the criteria. Okay.
I can still see what we're doing.
Yeah.
They were done it to me, I can still see it.
That's short.
It's short and sweet as far as it's gonna get us all the information we need, about your application.
And you're gonna send us that, right?
Yes.
Wrong logo.
Just said why?
Wrong logo,
That's the
you
wrong
said
logo.
yesterday.
I know.
I just got this name.
Well, she just changed first, Republican,
Can you see all the officers that they have? And
HRT,
Yeah, the
I think
liaison.
right now. She went from R to J.
yes.
Invite them to give you reports.
Yeah, that's,
Can you scroll down?
I'm trying.
HRT, RH. It's hard to tell. But no.
Oh, good,
it's
liaison's
R
on
and J.
there, so they can tell us who.
Yes.
mission statement is next, it's not coming down.
Oh, yes, okay.
Mission
Or HT, I
statement.
think is the other, but it's not what it's more, in our area, it's more of a donor group.
Max. Yes, ma'am.
Just,
You know,
sorry, while you're
reaching
talking
out.
about all the Hispanic groups, we've got just kind of a information for everybody. There's a guy in Dallas, Orlando Salazar. He is working on creating a brand new Hispanic national radio network to sort of compete with Telemundo and
Oh, that's
TNT.
right, I saw that, yes.
So our Hispanic groups, if we want them to promote, then they could advertise on that, or we could reach out. He would, I think we are receptive to somebody from our group, from LPT or SRC, reaching out and advertising on that. So
That's great, thank
just
you.
something to think about.
Okay, if y'all have any more ideas like that, please send them to me, I will spread it out, because that's what we're here for, is to spread, get help out there, and get these clubs going, and so they can all join our effort.
So the mission statement, and then I just happen to remember when TFRW signed with us, they actually had to, their president had to sign a paper.
Yes.
And do we do that with all of the partnerships, that they will
Yes,
abide by those?
yes, yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's because of TFRW, we changed our name.
Okay.
So in the past, the liaison for each organization was always welcome to come. And they're not a voting member of the committee, but they were a ex officio,
Yes.
and they were allowed to speak in this committee. And at each meeting, if they so chose, they were able to allow to give a report.
Right. And
So sometimes even a PowerPoint, something fancy, and most of them at least once a year. So at one of the 4 quarterlies, they were allowed to address the General Assembly.
And I think it's real important for y'all who are contacting them to tell them you're welcome to come, especially right off the bat, because we want to meet them and know what they're up to. Okay? So please invite them, because I thought TFRW was going to be here today, but.
She was here earlier.
That's
don't
what
know
I
where
thought.
she is now.
Yeah, so, and by all means, come and show off.
Yes.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
What have they got going on? I had the pleasure of, being the liaison for the Y-Arts for a while, and I got to, and so once a year, I was able to present, I think, they allotted us a 5-minute presentation to the general body, and at that point, I was able to tell about our voter registration contest, that we had an app.
Exactly.
And so all the clubs were competing for prizes for which club registered the most voters. And it was pretty innovative, it was working really well, and you could see, which part of Texas was, creeping ahead, and it was pretty cool. And just kind of, all kinds of good projects that the various organizations have been doing, Pachyderm, increasing their clubs, the kind of innovative fundraisers or events that they're holding. And it's, and so that's the kind of thing where at least letting them address the body of the whole once a year, so that everyone realizes just what kind of groups are out there and connect them and appreciate what kind of work is being done.
Oh, we can do,
We can give you something.
we can do something.
What can
We can do a report if you want one.
Okay. She's gonna do one for Pachyderm.
Okay, you do the pachyderms first.
Okay, just a little one. Our website is, so we are not actually a state federation, we're part of a national, but our executive director is in Houston, Suzanne Feather. And so Texas is really kind of the central for Pachyderm, the Pachyderm Federation. And recently, though, we hosted a dinner for the RNC in DC, and we hosted the dinner for their county chair training that the RNC hosted in DC, and that was pretty cool. And there was a great response to the county chairs were very interested then in having Pachyderms expanding to their counties and start new clubs. And the newest club that is starting here in Texas is Horseshoe Bay. There's gonna be a Horseshoe Bay Pachyderm Club.
That's cool.
So I forget how many we have now in Texas, there's at least 10.
And you know the thing about, like what she just said, if we could suggest that to your clubs, that you're in charge of now, that, this is what they did, and if we could get some, like the TFRW to adopt the young Republicans, the young Republicans, and then they could go together and do events.
It's a great idea.
I forgot to add one more thing about what TFRW did last Wednesday, is they passed a resolution
Oh, yeah.
supporting one of our
Yes.
legislative priorities, which is banning
Yes.
dim chairs.
Yes.
And
That's big.
I had sent their resolution around, and I know they are too, but I'm just thrilled to see the,
I am too, that's
support, yeah. So
that's
good to
another
see.
good suggestion.
Yeah.
Was it, somebody sat beside me and it wasn't Rachel. Maybe it was you, Rachel. Yesterday, and they said something about the county chairs and, that they needed to reach out to their legislators and tell them that if they dare vote for, was it you, a Democratic committee chair, that they will not be helped by that specific county chair in the next election, period. I thought that was a great I mean, it's simple and easy, but David Covey would be the one that could just do that. Just send it out to the chairs and just say, please reach out, because we know they help, and they put all the signs out and everything. And where we live, you have to drive 30 miles to put one sign out, but, let's do some other people holding accountability.
Exactly.
Not all of them, that'd be great. When we have a vacancy, there are some mistakes we fill, but generally most of them are about.
But you want our TFRW, she's done pretty good so far.
No, what else got TFRW?
I gave you a report for you.
But no, the TFRW, they are, we have adopted candidates, I guess it's all over
Right.
Texas. Because we have.
Is it time for the summary?
Yes.
Everybody get it. Like, go. Yeah, you start.
Okay, is there anyone else that has a club to report on?
Like one of the partners of coalition.
Yes.
You start talking and then
How many in here of you are an associate or a member of a TFRW club? Right, pretty interesting, right? How many of you that are not a TFRW associate or member are a member of another Republican club? Yeah, it's everybody.
I'm done. It starts wiggling when
She can't get it to turn off. She didn't want it to stop, she went out there to dance.
I was just gonna tell y'all that TFRW actually ended up joining Rhonda Lacey, who y'all seen in all day in all the meetings talking about the VEP. TFRW kind of meshed with that. And the high scholars is usually Mary Hefferman, Sue Lynn, they're all TFRW. They're all
We need to make a motion, should we?
I'm sorry, what about it?
Oh, anyway, so they have done that, and we have asked, actually, Dana's gonna work on it.
when I get one.
Voluntold.
She said I didn't know.
It's voluntold.
Thanks for letting me know. Yeah.
But we have asked for the TFRW clubs, or for TFRW state, I know, I'm sorry, flashlight lights just turn on. To vet, to come up with a vetting program, because they don't. Just, I don't know about y'all's individual, but when stuff comes out on the TFRW newsletters and all those stuff that we're gonna be working for or supporting, they haven't been vetted.
That's right.
And so I have been trying to tell them that they have to be accountable for their mistakes, and when they make them, they need to step forward, because if they don't, well, if they don't do that, then it's flack on all of us that work so hard.
Credibility.
Yes, and so they have to learn, and everyone has to learn that.
That's a two-way street.
I
That's
mean,
fair.
yeah, you have to
That
say,
applies to all organizations.
yeah, you're right. You just have to, we do make mistakes, everybody does.
Be careful what you put out.
Right.
But they do need to come up with a vetting thing, because we want to know that we're aligned with them, that they're doing that. Okay, your turn.
Well, I just got told about that volunteer vetting thing, so I'm gonna,
Delegate,
I'm
Tina.
gonna, I
Delegate.
am, I'm gonna wrap my mind around that a little bit. So, let's see, what did she not tell you? So I think most of you know, there's about 12,000 women in that organization, and as you know, there's multiple clubs all over the state, yada, yada. The VEP program, which has been super important, I think you heard the stats today, if you managed to run into Rhonda, we're at 130,000 some registered voters. By the time the Secretary of State gets back and verifies those others, they'll probably be about 150. I know they're gonna push hard on that for a little bit longer. Yes, I do still sit on the board as the vice chair now, and I was actually just at the board meeting, I think it was last weekend. I've been gone so much, I don't know. Had multiple conversations about, the good news is I can actually present reports now to the membership and the board and all the district directors and deputy presidents and everything about what we're doing. And that's one thing that I passed on this last meeting, was not a report about anything for TFRW, because even though I'm a TFRW member still, my report is on what the GOP was doing for the state. So we talked about the RNC, RPT election integrity efforts, all the trainings we've done, the number of poll watchers that are being recruited and hired, the election integrity efforts that we're focusing on with trying to get rid of this ERIC program with the task force, and there's a whole bunch of other things. Oh, the county chair trainings and the precinct chair trainings, and talking about trying to get the county's data in the rural areas that, and I gave that long talk today at board with Susan Fountain, because they are structuring what they need to do for the precinct share training manuals and the county share training manuals, and basically that toolkit, I think that they will be putting together for every county, so that whether you're brand new and have no clue, or you're an experienced county, if you're an experienced county, we're not here to tell you what to do. But the rural counties especially, or the counties that don't have any resources, really need those basic checkpoints on how to get started, and here's what we can offer you as a party, and we can plug you in with these other organizations that you're all talking to. I think, and that, you know, heard me talk about this convention, I think we can amplify our message and our effort much better when we do bring in representatives from those. So if we can, I don't know if I missed that, I heard something about quarterly meetings. Maybe throw out there, and not, again, not to step on anybody's toes, think about maybe having a roundtable with these leaders a little more frequently than once a quarter, because having them come in every few months and tell us what they're doing, we're gonna lose something in real time. So if there's a way maybe to have a Zoom meeting,
That's a good idea.
every other month, or every, you know, just do 30 minutes in a month and just say, hey, this is what we're working on. Especially when you guys ramp up for legislation, I think that you'll find there'll be a lot of people that could be supportive of getting some of that out. But as far as the legislation is concerned, we have talked about that a lot at TFRW, and even before I got elected, I really did press them to try to help more with lining up with some of the bigger stuff that they can get on board with. We have so much, there's gotta be something that both us women wanna get behind. And I think the education, especially issues, the gender modification,
And I forgot to say this earlier today, legislative priorities, but I've been, several people have suggested this to me, and I'm thinking about it, because I'll be honest, I hate Zoom meetings. I really do.
I do too.
But it's such a great vehicle for dispensing information effectively and quickly all over the state.
That's the thing.
So I may do some sort of a legislative priority Zoom meeting on some sort of a regular basis during the session for all the various groups, grassroots groups, TFRW, for YRs, everybody who would want to just tune in and get an update that way, rather than the legislative priority report, which we'll still continue doing, but, you know, things change so fast, and so I'm thinking about that.
I know none of us, we all are on too many calls, and they're all.
Yeah, so.
But I can tell you, you can only be in so many places in the state at once, and I think sometimes too, even just seeing that flash of a picture that you may not have ever met that person in person, but you know their face and their name, and you've had conversations over the phone. Again, it starts building some of those relationships, so people won't be quite so awkward if they have to say, you know, I really like 3/4 of this, but this is a problem our group has an issue with, or, I think just building some of those bridges right now, may be helpful, because we're gonna probably need a little bit of firepower to get some of this stuff over.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely we are.
That's all. But if y'all have a question about something for that, or someone's blood just really ticks you off, let me know. I don't really, thankfully, I'm not in the membership role anymore, but I do still have some connections.
Yeah, you do. Thank goodness.
Thank you.
Yeah, and
Yeah, you know.
I do know.
You're real good at that too, by the way. You're real good at it.
Yes, she is. She's all unaware. Thank you. Okay, let me just, part of the bylaws, let me just read this statement about coalitions. Or partnerships. Take no position contrary to the party platform. Support no candidate opposing a Republican nominee. Partnership organizations are not prohibited from endorsing Republican candidates in a primary election if an agreement with the bylaws of the partnership organization. A coalition is defined as a temporary alliance, because that's why they have to reaffirm their allegiance to us every 2 years, okay? Between two or more groups, especially within political parties, it's a relationship on a specific project or issue for the current term, which shall be stated and published for recognizing. Who's our coalition?
Well, it was, Liberty Caucus last time, and.
What's the difference?
In order to grow and develop the party, the Partnerships and Coalitions Committee may seek opportunities, which we've talked about, for the party to coalesce with other organizations on issues which the party and such organizations agree. So, Dale, you're in Houston, lots of groups down there. If you know of any group, please let us know. We will send out an application for them to come and join us. Any other questions? Any other reports?
You know, a group that's gotten real active in my area is YCTs, the Young Conservatives.
Oh, yes, yes.
They, their status, their tax status, they can't.
They can't
Be
be a
part of the
coalition.
Maybe we could
Yeah,
ask.
I mean, not as an auxiliary, but, or a partnership, but as a coalition. I mean, I was thinking about that definition, and I was thinking about temporary working, like on a legislative party or something.
Thank you.
Okay.
If it's gonna, like, risk their legal status.
Yeah, I don't want to get into risk their legal status, but I know I've been helping them with some stuff. But, yeah, I'll
But just answer the question, or check their website, not have to go online, I can answer it without having an awkward conversation.
But I mean, yeah. I'd love to bring in some more younger groups, and young people, and usually people where I get them, so, the outreach is
Like the same reason that, that Charlie Kirk's group can't affiliate.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, they can't touch us.
Right.
right.
What about True Texas Project? They can't even. True Texas Project?
No, their bylaws have them nonpartisan, but there might be some other, no, there might be some other groups. I'll check them.
No, there's.
But, I mean, we can work with lots of unofficial ways.
Yeah, we can, yes.
But it is nice to make them feel a real, official.
You know, you just have to spread us out. There's a lot of SRACs, and many of them, if they have your PowerPoint, could go, or just go and welcome them to the club, whoever lives closest to them. I mean, it's not like we don't have a bunch of leaders that talk.
Absolutely.
That would really help. Opinionated people.
Yeah, that's what I was, SRC.
I know a lot of people are thinking they can't make it to
Yeah,
meetings,
right.
but most of those are open, like they're open meetings, and so you can sit in, it doesn't right, vote in them, if you have to close it, that's fine, but you can talk, yes, and there's special speakers, so I know we make a special point in our county of having a speaker at the beginning and then conduct part of business. But, I mean, the speaker is really just to lure everybody else in the area, and then we have our party business and everything. That's so smart. And I feel like that's a good way to get, none of my party do that, this is very smart. Maybe have a legislative update or something, it's worked out pretty well, so. I like that.
Any other comments, questions? We have a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Maggie, who made the motion?
Sorry.
When we're in the
All in favor, bye. She's ready to go dance. She's waiting to go dance with her phone.
Everybody a black marker.
Now we have an hour.
Yeah, but I thought.
Please don't forget the meeting at
I could maybe
Yeah, no.
take that in a few votes.
Could be 5 rounds.
I mean, it could be.
Could be 2 rounds. It could, yeah.
Okay. We did.
I think we have their
We had 8. Yes, and I looked at the minutes, yes, 18 people.
presentation time.
Y'all went like 6 rounds or something like that before you got one. Yes. So Marshall and I are back, I think that we could do it in 3 rounds. 3 rounds, so don't let me down.
We also ran.
Yes, but yeah, because we were talking about that. I said, so how long does this like normally take y'all? Like, can we knock out all 5 for the first round? Yes.
Well, the couple stuff is covered by the shoulder. Basically, it started because we could never get the county plan to come
Yes, 6 o'clock, election and appointment of officials.
Anyway, but
So it
the
was,
idea
I did
was
knock it out like we were gonna do, we just knocked it all out in the first round. I mean, you have to have 32 votes. So he said, no, down to the last. That was for vacancy. Yeah, so we were talking about yeah. And he said, the minutes, and I said, okay. You're still back here, right? We were laughing about that. But I was like, hey. But like the way he looked at the minutes, like, it wasn't the same people, like people like, I didn't know Chris was going to run to like the 5th or 6th round. It wasn't the same people, it just kept but Tanya was the first one,
I didn't know that one.
3 rounds, that's all we did. 3 rounds, I'll be so disappointed if we couldn't knock it out. 3 rounds, scary.
Yes.
Still there.
But you're still Jill.
There's a lot going on there. No, I like, yeah. Yeah, and that's
They did it all backwards, and so after that, he did the background.
She lost, and they find all this, she was our 4th out of 3.
Cleaning the dog out.
Maybe that helped Yeah, well, to them, yeah, if they don't want us to lose anyway. There are several things like that that they don't like.
But you actually.
Yes. Yeah, you know, well, and then the mortgage, when I get up to January, when I have zero dissenting,
So, yeah, January, Commissioner's Court meeting,
I'm like, this isn't me, because I'm not doing it, here's the deal, I'm
turn it all back
I will never do anything for her. If I'm like it, I'm not gonna vote against it. Because I don't vote. And I'm,
Yes, yes.
I always make them, I will never read them.
I gave them whatever first, so we don't need to do that.
I won't do it, so I allow them to
Yes.
and then they want it. And bring them back sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he will never quit, he'll never quit, no.
When it goes south, it's a long way.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. When my precinct chair the other day was like, no, you're right, you have never that I've been on there. I was like, it predates you, buddy, but yeah. Thank you, no, I'll send her a thing.
Okay. You know, like the filibuster.
This is how it's a cartoon of how a bill comes along.
No, this is the post-schoolhouse rock.
People that should be in charge, who are elected by the people.
Oh, he testified before the meeting.
And quite frankly, my job is what they do.
Like all this future knowledge. And I read
So much to undo.
And he works 24/7 now.
Right.
A lot of
But I really,
most of them just work for him, but they let go to help. There are a few, well, probably like rice pickers, people that.
Yeah, that's right. I think she does too.
Sonia, she's not.
Over the elections division for all 8 years. She's a couple later. She's right. She is conservative.
So there's some that won't be able to.
Well, what if we ask?
And she had all that institutional knowledge.
Yeah.
Staff had been with the county in that division for 30 years.
But that's right. You said, are not using.
And Sam said, hey, you're right, I want to keep you. But I told them about her over there, they gave me a job. But I said, yes, you're very good. And Sam had a week to find her.
Some of the ladies told me during
But this time, to go in. And they were only right. And now they have to go and you know what? And go down to 3D and tell us. They literally and tried all the.
And he can't trust anyone that's listening, no way. He can trust anybody.
I thought that was a great idea.
Should not be
So
unkind.
when I don't put without a voice to do work.
I don't know the man.
And elections, there was not.
It's just one of those things that everything else.
Oh, and